Welcome to Lead with Clarity. This is a space for leaders who want to grow without losing themselves in the process. Each episode is a short reflection on leadership, influence, and the inner work that shapes how we show up for others. It's not hype, not noise, just clear thinking for the journey of leading well. Today's episode is entitled Character is Easier Kept Than Recovered. Here we go. There's a line from Thomas Paine that I keep coming back to. He was not a CEO, not an executive coach, not a leadership theorist. He was a revolutionary. He understood what it cost to stand for something in a world that was actively trying to compromise it. And in that context, he wrote something that belongs in every leadership conversation happening today. He said, "Character is much easier kept than recovered." 8 words, 2 centuries old. And yet it describes something I see playing out in organizations, boardrooms, and careers right now in real time. Here's what I want you to simmer on. Character does not usually collapse in a single defining moment. There's rarely one dramatic decision where a leader crosses a clear, obvious line and everyone sees it happen. What actually occurs is far more gradual and far more dangerous. It's a small silence when honesty was needed. A result that gets reported slightly better than the data supports. A principle held firmly in public that quietly gets adjusted in private. It's the exception made once, then twice, then without even noticing it, it's no longer an exception at all. That is how character erodes. Not in a moment, but in a pattern. The misread here is that recovery is always available as a fallback plan. Leaders sometimes operate with an unconscious assumption. I can walk this back later if I need to. I can clarify. I can rebuild. I can apologize and move forward. That may be technically true. Recovery is possible. I want to be clear about that. But it is never cheap. Trust rebuilt under scrutiny is not the same as trust that was never questioned. Credibility restored after a breach carries a different weight than credibility that was simply maintained. People don't forget. They may forgive, but the reference point remains. So the reframe I want to offer is this. Protecting your character is not a passive choice. It's not simply avoiding the obvious wrong. It's an active, ongoing discipline that requires the same rigor that you bring to your strategy, your execution, your performance reviews. It means auditing your decisions against your values on a regular basis, not just when something feels off. It means naming the convenient compromise before you make it, so you're making it consciously, not drifting into it. It means surrounding yourself with people who are not just aligned with you, but honest enough to challenge you. The leaders I respect most don't talk about integrity when they're under pressure. They've already built the discipline before the pressure arrives. That preparation is the point. So before your next high-stakes decision, I want you to ask yourself one question. Not, will this produce the right result? Not, can I defend this if it comes to light? But ask yourself, if the people I most respect could see the reasoning behind this decision, would I be comfortable with what they see? That's the standard. That's the discipline. Not performance in front of an audience, but consistency when no one is watching. Thomas Paine wrote those words during one of the most contested, uncertain, high-stakes periods in American history. He understood that when everything around you is unstable, your character is the only asset you have complete control over. For leaders today, that's still true. The market shifts, the team changes, the strategy pivots, but what you stand for, how you make decisions, what you are willing to refuse, those things belong entirely to you. Keep them carefully. The cost of recovery is a price worth avoiding entirely.